Hi guys, welcome back to the channel for another video on Marvel Contest of Champions, and this one is focused on XL champions. So if you like them big and you like them chunky, then you've come to the right place. And in this video we're going to be dissecting which ones that are XL size are some of the best ones in game currently and why they're going to be completely viable and fantastic for the upcoming Back Issues 2 Mystery in the Micro Realm. Kabam's move to create more viability around XL champions has got me a little bit impressed. Now, not completely impressed that I'm going to get into bed and, fondle around with them, but the fact is, I like the way that certain nodes, certain buffs that come about from Back Issues 2 allow for some definite improvements, especially to champions which I don't necessarily use, or maybe champions that I like, but now think that I'm going to have them as great viability champions. For example, I absolutely love my King Groot. As you know, I am president and CEO of the King Groot fan club, and it's going to be a case I can use him more. Also, as you know, I'm a massive Dormammu fan, and a lot of the videos that I'm going to be pumping out over the next week are going to showcase some amazing XL sized champions that I really enjoy, and at the same time, I think a lot of you enjoy as well. And having something like this is absolutely amazing. Now, this doesn't mean that I'm going to be ranking up champions that are XL size left, right, and center, but the fact is I will be looking to see if I have any that are maybe 5-star and at a push 4-star, highly awakened, up to high signature, and whether or not I consider to put them as a 4-star to 550. But I'm really looking forward to testing out things like Dimensional Dominion with Dormammu. Yeah, I don't have a Thanos. Also, stuff like Overgrowth with King Groot. That is something that's incredibly exciting, especially considering that I have a 6-star version and improvements to regeneration. It's going to be absolutely brilliant. But as well, I'm looking to have a real good bit of fun with Venompool or Venom the Duck, or to a lesser degree, the Thing. When it comes to Supernova, there's so many fantastic buffs, and give it a full look. The link is in the description to this page here. These look so exciting, and those XL champions are going to be so viable once again. But moving on, let's talk about some of the best ones in the XL size. And Trucos, as well as Droid Does, have put together this fantastic up-to-date sizing chart. Give it a look, link is in the description below. But we're going to talk about some of the good ones, some of the lesser good ones, because remember, one person's trash is another person's treasure. Let's begin by talking about Rhino, Juggernaut, and Abomination. Even though not rated as some of the top champions in game, the 30% chance to take off a buff and apply 2% of their total damage with the Bully buff is still fantastic and should be utilized best with them. Okay, let's focus our attention on Hulkbuster, MODOK, and Sentinel. This is the point that it is so darn cool to have these three characters. Maybe more so with MODOK and Sentinel, two fantastically highly rated characters. I possess a 6-star version of Sentinel, which is amazing and accompanies me on most Alliance Quest runs. In map 6, MODOK as well is a great champion and used by a lot of players still to this day. And it will be an option I think players will then look to take the champion up to rank 4. But as well, having with heavy machinery as a buff is amazing. Armor up, force field buff is active. Basic attacks deal 30% additional energy damage and have a 10% chance to leave a shocking debuff on the defender. That is cool. It's a stacking shock debuff. I'm thinking with Sentinel, maybe do it a case as soon as it's on, put in a heavy attack, and it's the case you're putting in a bit more shock damage. I don't know, but I'm excited to experiment. Also, with a certain buff, the Hulks get themselves a nice little bonus as well. As where Smash is concerned, when attacker uses Hulk, Red Hulk, and Hulk Ragnarok, gain Fury and Unstoppable buffs after using any special attack. The duration and potency of these buffs are increased by the level of special attack used. So the more you special attack, the more you're able to smash with potency with Fury and Unstoppable. Nice. And of this list, regardless of the variant too, which ones are indeed some of the best? Now, that is a very subjective thing to say. So the best thing to do is kind of look at the reasoning as to why these XL champions are really good for whatever reason, or certain attributes about them that make them fantastic. Dormammu for me is a well-rounded power controlled champion who I've had in my roster for a long time and have developed up to rank 4. I probably won't consider him being up to put up to rank 5, and that's just based on some other content that I'm doing at the moment. However though, I could in the future see myself 565ing this guy because I do enjoy aspects of degenning and also putting on things with soul bond detonations, which make the champion a lot more fun. And not to mention he can regen a little bit, which is kind of nice as well. Also earlier, I was talking about Sentinel. Sentinel is a fantastic character that I have at 6-star. I'm very fortunate to have him at 6-star, and I do very much enjoy him. The double immunity is fantastic, as well with the L2 putting Incinerates. You've got Heal Block and the way that it deals with certain characters, and his awakened ability being quite useful, especially from a defensive standpoint. Not to mention his target analysis and as well the hill block off of the L1 can be really nice. Not to mention the heavy attack with a bit of shock damage is something that I do like to use from time to time when I'm doing my grind. As you know, I do like myself a nice king group from time to time, especially considering when I've got fury attacks on, I'm then able to put in an L2. Doubling up that poison damage can be quite effective. Also, if I want to go in for a longer battle, then I'll just put some armor breaks on permanent and then just hit through with some nice damage bonuses from a fury in order to make myself damage output a bit more. Yeah, it's not going to be a huge amount that you see, but if you play the champion well, you could see some definite improvements, and I'll probably be doing a more up-to-date video on the character at a later date. M.2 is a saving your ass champ, and it basically means that when you go into a point you're thinking, oh, I might have get clipped here, this guy saves your butt and goes into some sort of auto block or auto block type parry type thing. In any case, however this champion's being used from an offensive manner, it can be really effective and a great used champion. Heavy attacks with the putting on Incinerate and also bleeds as well can be really effective. I do really enjoy this guy. Also, viability with questing can be really good going from fight to fight, especially considering if you're going into something like back issues or you're doing questing of some sort of variety, then as it builds up over time, Master Plan can be a very helpful tool. Also look out for the SP1 for reducing down power and health and kind of putting a bit of pain on the enemy. Any of the Hulks are rated really highly. Maybe the standard green Hulk isn't exactly as powerful as its Hulk Ragnarok and Red Hulk counterpart, and oh yeah, Joe Fixit, nearly forgot about him. I've actually put out a video about Joe Fixit. I'll put a lot of my XL based champion reviews and also videos that I've done with them in the description below if you did want to check any of those out. But yeah, Joe Fixit is a bit meh. There are some positive aspects to the champion, but it's not exactly plain sailing. But there could be some viability for back issues, making him popular again. I still can't decide whether or not this will be a champion I'd like to put up to 550 just for the point of doing back issues. But there are some interesting things that come about by using the club's suit when you're playing with a champion. More can be explained in the video in the description below. Hulk Ragnarok is loved by a lot of people, mainly because of Face Me. A lot of the times when you're taking this kind of horrible passive damage from different effects, well, this guy it gives back as much as he's taking with Face Me and improving that attack damage. So great champion and really highly rated. And Red Hulk was recently called to action for going up against Human Torch with the way that he deals with incinerate damage. So very impressive from two of the Hulks. Third Hulk, yeah, technically, and the Joe Fixit Hulk, maybe let's not talk about that. Next up, I'm Venom the Duck. Good champion. A lot of people like the champion. It's not something that I have anything past 3-star. Dagnammit. Hopefully that's the case that changes in the future, as I do have some Cosmic Awakening gems, and I'd love to use it on a champion like this. Lots of buffs, lots of utilization, degen, toxic armor. Yeah, great stuff, good damage output. I think it's going to be a champion that people would look to use in something like back issues, and I do know of people that have 455 this guy. Haven't seen any just yet, like 565, but I could be wrong. There could be one or two lurking around in the community that people are ranking up. And due to the current rework that we have, Venom is a fantastic character and is very popular. Out of the two, Carnage and Venom, I feel Venom slightly edged it for the buff, and the Carnage one was kind of left a little bit quiet. However though, this is the case that Venom is a fantastic character. Genetic memory comes in and it's just absolutely amazing. The amount of buffs, the rate that they're on there, the potency, the strength and the damage output in general is the point I'm trying to get to. The damage output of Venom has increased exponentially and is really exciting to see this character that the player base loves, the Marvel Universe loves, and at the same time, with a recent film that's just come out, it's really exciting to hear Venom in a positive light. So that is one of the best champions that is indeed XL. And I may feel that I'm giving a screw job to a lot of these characters up here that are actually meant to be considered to be good, but there are some that just don't cut the mustard. And you're looking at Kingpin. Yeah, great champion, and he will have a very special place, and maybe it's worth me doing a few videos on some of the other characters just so that I can educate myself and as well as educate other people on whether or not there's viability for these characters. But there are ones that are going to be better than others. I love Sentinel, great champion, and a lot of them are really highly rated within the community, but there are going to be ones like, for example, Abomination. That is a great champion, but it's not a champion that a lot of players would then go, right, I want to use this for this particular mode. it just falls by the wayside. But I could be completely wrong. And what are your thoughts? Which are your favorite XL champions, or which XL champions will you look to use in the upcoming back issues too? Have your say in the comment sections below, and look forward as well as good luck when you're grinding out this particular mode and using any other XL champions. Do check out the links in the description for further reviews on certain XL champions. Thank you very much for watching. I've been RichTheMan. I shall catch you in the next one. Bye bye for now. And don't forget to like, share and subscribe. That'd be great. Thanks.